Poor guy. You see his eyeballs down there?
Yeah.
I'll light it up so you can see his eyeballs. And you crank it, and you can get the whole thing talking to you. There we go. Arr, matey. Welcome to EARTHOVISION.
Oh my gosh, man, this is great. Well, good day, my friends. It's your old pal Jordan the Lion, and I'm in Los Angeles, California today. And today I'm going to show you my Airbnb. Now, I just randomly stumbled upon this place. The art inside is amazing. The person who created it's amazing. And you can stay here too. Daze with Jordan the Lion. And you all. It begins right now. I knew I was in for a surprise when I got here and there was this big giant door built onto the side of the house. That is not the front door. And I also knew I was in for a treat when I got here and I saw these were the drivers of the car. I was wondering, what are these up here? And I knew it must be an exciting place because it was booked as EARTHOVISION Manor. Now let's go on in. Meet our host. Dean Martin. And here we go. Here is our host.
Welcome.
Introduce yourself, my friend.
Well,
And what you've created here. I mean, you've been showing me around, and I mean, I've heard the words, everything in this case was built out of lighters I found in the 7-Eleven parking lot. So tell me about what you've created here.
speaking of 7-Eleven, this used to be, if you can step back and get the full picture, this used to be a 7-Eleven lottery machine. They used to put the little papers there, and you'd like,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
They threw it away and upgraded, and I decided to turn it into a jukebox. It plays music. It's definitely science fiction art.
As is pretty much everything that you create. Yeah, and it's all, there's extra buttons. I couldn't believe it when I just saw the photos of this place as a place you could stay. I thought, this is going to be amazing, but I had no idea how creative you were until you started showing me around.
Wow. Well, indeed, you know, and you've seen a few things, but you haven't seen a robot that's purely out of vape parts. So when people litter, I like to pick up the litter and find challenges to put it together. You know how some people like to play with a jigsaw puzzle? I use trash, and I make my own pictures with the pieces. So sometimes it's a challenge, but you know, we us humans got this brain thing, and we need a challenge once in a while. So the idea of making a robot out of odd things, in fact, I wouldn't even know what to point at next.
I love that you told me as I came in here, you said if you get bored at night, just come walking around and start pushing buttons.
Take pictures. You know, that's the thing. I'm happy to introduce everybody and like on the first introduction, but tonight when you get home, you go in the backyard and light it up. Enjoy. I may not be around for that, so just warn everybody that you may have another video coming tonight.
Wow, I love. Now, how long have you been doing this, and how long has this been, I guess for lack of a better term, Airbnb?
Yes. Well, I've been doing it for a while. It's really, I do videos for my EARTHOVISION channel on YouTube, but while they're rendering is when I start tinkering and I start making things and I fiddle. Because, you know, waiting for something to render is like waiting for the water to boil. It will drive you crazy.
Yes.
So you're better just to shift your attention, do something else, and then the time melts away. You know, the bell will go off.
I love this. I love that you work with a lot of light because I'm really interested in that aspect. Plus, I love, you know, just the general furniture here.
Well, I made this because what I've noticed, the city folks have got so much TV in the head, there's a lot of stress, so I made a brain dewasher. So about 5 minutes underneath this, you'll relax, you'll enjoy life, you won't be so stressed. And especially too many commercials and TV in the head could really stir us up. You need about a few minutes under this.
I was also shocked at, you keep your rate here very, very reasonable. You offer, it was a full-size bed, a queen-size bed, a twin bed, and another bed. So it was like 4 beds for the price of one, and this environment, which I, you know, if you look over here, there's the bunk beds. You've got a little buddy here.
Hippie Haven. We had a Hippie Haven up above. We have a pirate's nest.
So everything is themed also. I love it. This is the pirate's nest, and they you even have a little identification and Hippie Haven. I love all of the lava lamps. But then you took me over here and you started saying everything in this case was made out of broken parts.
I don't even know where to start. This poor little mouse, my cat had eaten, so I had to rebuild it. I gave it a new brain and I put it on this little wheelie dealy thing. This poor squirrel fell out of the tree, and for days I tried to keep it alive. When she finally died, I told her she gets to live forever as art, so I made her this special chamber for her to live in. And
interesting.
Indeed. So, you know, I make art out of all sorts of different pieces, including us. Maybe one day when I'm gone, you'll come and look at me as an exhibit, and I can do animatronics, so I can actually wave.
Yeah.
Hello. Welcome to my museum.
You're kind, you know, I mean this in the best possible way. You're kind of a Dr. Frankenstein here in a way. You give new life to things. Like, show me some of the things over here. What have you created with the telephone?
Well, okay, you know, it wasn't easy because this is pure metal back there, vandal proof, and I had to slowly etch open to make windows, which I had envisioned, but it wasn't easy. So then, of course, I made like little shadow boxes, and
that is awesome.
You know, made my own sort of science fiction art from those.
And then this, what is this?
So this is a robot that's got 2 eyes, and the screen shifts from left eye to right eye. Here, in fact, I can actually...
There I am.
There you are.
That is really cool. Definitely more than people bargain for when they come here, I assume.
Oh, it's wacky. I'm a wacky artist, and I'm very reasonable, and it really isn't so much about the money. I like to pay the bills, but I need interesting people in my life.
Yeah.
You know, to be honest, here in the city, about 98% are all trying to be normal, and they actually have white boxes called hotels for them, and they just want the white box.
Yeah.
2% of us actually enjoy getting out of the box, and something so
an
crazy.
Experience.
And here, I built you put a quarter in here, and you turn it, and it makes oxygen.
What the heck?
And you city folks get your oxygen from tanks. This is made by plants. It's the best oxygen you can get.
Wow.
Better than that silly city stuff.
Oh my gosh, what about this? I see, you have to say a red button.
Yeah, well, it's but also if you get the pendulum going, you can't get your finger cut off. You have to time it just right, or you will. It'll take off your finger. This poor guy, you see his eyeballs down there?
Yeah.
Here, I'll light it up so you can see his eyeballs. And you crank it, and you can get the whole thing talking to you. There we go. Arr, matey. Welcome to EARTHOVISION.
Oh my gosh, man, this is great. And it doesn't end there.
And of course, we have a little rock band made with the pieces of lighters I found in the 7-Eleven parking lot.
Oh, that was one of my favorite things that you showed me. As soon as I saw this, I was like, what? Because you said, it's a good point. You said when people just dispose of their lighters at 7-Eleven, they just throw them on the ground and you go pick up the pieces.
Yes. Amongst everything else. And, you know, it's just for fun. A lot of times I challenge myself to only pick up the things that nobody else wanted. So if it's a piece of something just purely that's been walked over all day long, I'm like, how could I use this and make it, turn it from the trash into treasure? So yeah. I quite often combine it with other things. I'll make it look like a science fiction piece of art. I'll paint it to look metal. So what starts out as an odd piece of plastic ends up becoming a spaceship part or part of a love gun. I don't use bullets. I'm very non-violent, so I'm more creative.
But I love that you also showed me a case of where you said everything was made out of earbuds that people just dispose at the street corner, bus stops.
So robots only out of the headphones and earbuds. And since I've actually collected a whole nother box So I'm ready to make a few more.
That is cool.
I'm getting a backlog of pieces, you know, because of the...
What's growing up in here?
It's actually a rain machine. I got a pump in there. It's not plugged in at the moment, but it actually just, it filters the water up there. It rains. It makes a nice sound.
Oh, very cool. And then here's some more of your interesting robots that you've created and
well,
artworks.
A lot of these things are sci-fi art bottles. So as a shamanaut, quite often I have to travel to other planets and help people with their gardens. So I have different elixirs. So if your butterflies stop mating because of depression, I give them a special elixir. You know,
really?
Yeah. So I have all these different potions depending on the situation.
And how do you create the potions?
Oh, it's a lot of secret books. You have to get secret books to learn.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So, how did you create this atmosphere? I mean, how long ago did this begin?
You know, it's funny because when my mom passed away, it was, you know, we all go through depression, and I thought, you know what? Creativity makes me feel good. But the backstory is my mom was very creative and my dad was an accountant, so my dad would stress with his left brain. His left brain would always be agonizing, and then my mom would be dancing around the house and enjoying life, and she'd be creative. She'd be painting, singing, dancing.
Very cool.
So it was a lesson. As a little kid, a bell went off. I realized choice A or choice B, be creative, you always be happy. You don't always get the money that the ones that stress do, but even the money, the pretense was then you'll get happiness afterwards, and then they usually don't get it. So if you're really trying to make money to be happy, you can actually bypass that middle step and just be happy.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. And you seem to have done it here. I mean, like I said, as I walked around, I didn't know what to expect. I just saw a really nice, colorful picture, and then I walked in and I just couldn't believe the creativity. And I'm a big believer in things happen for a reason. So I feel like this was meant for me to come and kind of share this with people, because a lot of people watch my channel when they're traveling to Los Angeles. And I think that this is definitely the kind of place that they would want to stay in.
Oh, it's wonderful. I've had folks that would come for one day. They come back, book the place for a month because they want to finish their songs, their art. They're so inspired to actually get creative.
Yeah.
And to me, that's amazing, because some people put it off their whole lives and it's a bunch of regret. I always wanted to do this, or I always wanted to learn this. And so to me, seeing people's eyes light up and be inspired counts for so much. Well, you know what?
There's another band. I love it.
Let's show folks a little bit more of the place.
What is this, just out of curiosity? I didn't even ask you about this before we...
Well, this is just, it's got different buttons here, different things light up, and spin, and it's got a bunch of variety. Oh,
I love it!
Hooked onto a motor box. So this was an old display case for watches, and I decided to make it a science fiction art with lots of different choices. Because, you know, some of my art, you push a button and it does something. This has got 6 different buttons. Oh, not only 6 different buttons, but look at this. I found a Frankenstein switch, and I can switch it from daytime mode, we gotta get this out of the way, to nighttime mode. So it's got a night light.
Oh, neat.
But you have to use the Frankenstein switch to make it work.
That is very cool.
So 6.5 different things going on.
Wow, I love it.
So, you know what, for fun, come this way and we'll show you a little bit more while you're all live and watching. Thumbprint. You know, some folks in the city, they want to go camping.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. You got a tent and everything in here.
Believe it or not, in the middle of the city, you can go camping.
And I have to say, when I booked this room, this was not only cheaper than most hotel rooms, it definitely had way more character, but you could sleep a family here. I mean, you really could do 4 or 5 people
You know, I hate to say it, I think a few families were started in this tent.
I love this. When I was growing up, I was a fan of Revenge of the Nerds, and there's a scene where they go into this moon room, and I've always just wanted in my life to go into rooms where the whole room had a theme and you felt like you were somewhere else, and this is it.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
You know, that our minds and our psyches can be very fragile. A lot of people are stressing and they're having breakdowns. And to go in the right environment, including like going from the city to nature, like to a camping trip, can be so peaceful. It can be the thing that saves some people, you know? They'll be at the brink of, you know, sanity, trying to deal with basically the man-made world. And then you find yourself in not just nature, but even something creative. You know,
yeah.
Something creative that's different than you. So we're both voting for the same thing. We like different rooms. So if that's the case, let's go to another room.
This is so cool. We've already seen 3 different sleeping areas. This is the 4th.
So this is
wow.
the steam-powered spaceship.
Wow, look around this place. Wow. Turning this wheel, that is so cool.
You get real bored, you can play Pachinko, I won.
That is great. And hey, for those of you that need that TV, there's your TV. But I mean, why would you even care when, I mean, look at the ceiling. When you're laying in bed, look at this ceiling. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, at some point, I want to go to bed. How do I stop all this? And he thought of that. There's an ambiance switch, and there's a switch for regular lights. There's the bed. This is absolutely amazing. This has to be the coolest Airbnb in all of Los Angeles.
Oh, thank you so much.
I really mean that. I told you, I just love roadside stuff. I love people that have creativity and they find a way in their own environment to express themselves without the city telling them, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. And you found a way to do it in a really amazing house with a really great host. You're a really great host.
Oh, I'm just a goofy artist. But you know, the funny thing is I start by making these little things. So you see all these little trinkets, and I'm twiddling and I'm making little things. And I'll tell you what, when the COVID thing happened, I decided to make art so big to get inside and live in. That's how this room evolved.
Oh, very cool.
So what used to be just me doing these little things, I decided to do my biggest piece of art that people can actually immerse into, get lost, and including sometimes the steam power.
Oh my gosh,
so
that is
perfect. I'm not. I admit it.
I feel like this is kind of like the Munsters house. Like there's a gadget around every corner. I love it.
But you think people think, oh, perfection? No, I'm just a goofy human, and I screw up sometimes. My steam-powered spaceship just broke right in front of your very eyes. I'm so embarrassed. So now it's sprung a leak. So.
Gosh, so cool. I can't wait to see what the outside looks like when it gets dark. And I just want to give a little shout out for those of you that want to book this. It's pretty close to a historic filming location from Fast Times at Ridgemont High that you can go explore as well.
Wow.
And this was the spaceship room. I think this is the one I'm going to sleep in tonight.
Cool.
And I love that you were showing me there's all kinds of little secrets. Like if you touch these, they
Bzzz, bzzz. No,
so
you weren't
cool.
too scared. So if you lift, because this spaceship is the ride of your life.
That is awesome.
If you could always edit later, but if you want to get a little bit more footage, I have one more room, and believe it or not, it's for folks that are panicky. It's too much for them, so I built a Zen room so that, okay, get in there quick, so your panic attack can subside, and you can just relax. And you know,
This is the Zen room, as he said.
Yeah, and it really is. It's really meant to just be relaxing, and it's not a lot of extras. It's very basic.
Oh, this is very nice, though. Yeah, this would definitely put you in a great mood.
Yeah, it's got a table there for writing. People bring their laptops, and And I think the bigger picture is my bed and breakfast is much more than a hotel. It is a place to come and do things other than just sleep. Get creative. Bring that laptop. Bring the guitar. So
and make a friend.
Exactly. Sometimes there's a whole household full of the most amazing people. So cool, and we're all out of the box, and so we don't point any fingers.
And as we come back out in the hallway, I didn't even notice this when we walked past.
Well, come this way. Come over where I'm standing.
It's back
and
towards.
Flip around and look up. You can see I'm even starting to work into the ceiling now.
Oh yeah. That is cool. Wow.
So it's a work in progress. Everybody that comes, a month from now will notice a big change. And you know what? Since we're so close, I at midnight don't like to blow out my eyes in the bathroom, so I built a night light. So now if you need to hit the bathroom at midnight, you turn on the night light, and theoretically
cool.
You go back to sleep easier if you don't use the bright lights.
Oh, very cool. I have to ask because I know people are going to ask me, are you like a special effects guy for TV or movies or anything like that? Because they always assume, I think, that anybody that does anything creative should be.
Well, it's for my own stuff. So if you watch the EARTHOVISION channel as opposed to EARTHOVISION Manor, you will see me in spaceships surrounded by my gizmos. And quite often they are steam-powered spaceships. And I'm going through space with lots of tubes of water, and I'm boiling them to try and get to the next planet. And so the more familiar you get with my art, the more you'll notice it in the back behind my videos. I actually build full sets just with my art.
Also love that right there where we entered, I came flying in here so quick I didn't even show you that there's a piano there you can play and enjoy, and that's fully decorated with incredible art as well. Look at all of this. Check out what I just discovered about this grandfather clock right here. Push the button, it starts spinning. Same with this one. That robot in there kind of looks like E.T., doesn't it? These are all made out of the broken lighter parts. Is that a love gun? Yeah, that is a love gun. Oh man, that is cool. Look at that, it's got a little heart at the end. Whoa, that is super cool. Let's see what this one does. I'm back in the room that I'm gonna stay in. I was just kind of looking around because I saw the coffee maker and the microwave and little refrigerator and stuff down there. But I said, you know what? He did say there are all kinds of little gadgets and stuff around here. So I started kind of poking around, and I immediately grabbed this and look. There's like a cat down in there with like a little mouse coming down from the clock. There's a robot in here. Let's see. Oh, that's our smoke machine. That's so cool. Here's our fighting robot popping out of there. Let's see. Lava lamp over here. I bet there's a way to turn on all these, like there's a light right even right there. We have a captain's wheel. He was spinning. What's this? And back here by the coffee machine and everything, you even have a little bedside fan, which I appreciate because I get hot. Look at all the gadgets and gizmos right over the bed. There's even some sort of lights right there you can probably hit. There's another one of these. And before the light goes down, everything, let me show you the options you have. So remember I told you you can turn off all the gadgetry and everything. This is turning it all off. And then here's turning your lights on. So you can have just normal lighting if that's what you want. Definitely can see a lot more of the magic, the steampunk magic and everything. But for me, I want it like the spaceship. That's just too cool. As I was back here looking around in the hippie room and the pirates, I didn't notice this before. I mean, this is a really, really great sofa and everything. But look at the added little touch he did. Having a little campfire down there. So that's your pirate bed and pirate lair up there. You can feel like you're in Goonies. Or just drop down and feel like a hippie. And then all of these were also, all the ones hanging from here, those are also all made from broken lighter pieces. Oh, cool. I trust you guys are pretty impressed with this. Now when the lights go down outside, we'll go take a look around and see what he's done with the backyard. So we've made it out to the backyard. It's now gotten a little dark and we're taking in the night setting. And I like this because I kind of went walking around it, meeting up with our pal Scott Michaels, and I was showing him this and I said, gosh, I feel like I'm kind of like in Beetlejuice or One-Eyed Willie's lair. This is amazing art. And it's just a cool hangout. You can see there's a table and chairs and everything out here. There's even parrots out here. Check this out. There's Frankenstein. A guitar if you want to play guitar while you're hanging out. And that is like a pig bench. There's a hangout area back here. And then wait till you see this. This is almost like a puppet show. Because there's a fountain and look at all the eyes. Now I said puppet show. He said if you grab just underneath the spider right here, watch, everything starts dancing. including the figures in the back. And this one plays guitar. I love it. That one's playing the bongos. There's some death inside of here. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty freaking cool. Like I said, we were dancing these around. That was pretty fun. I love his creativity here. Now that you've got a little look-see and a little taste, let's get them dancing again. And there's real parrots in these cages. Like this guy. This is funny. All right, spider again. The whole band's jamming. I can't recommend this enough. This is just an absolutely cool experience and place to stay. Very comfortable. Look at this, all these little glass blocks that he used, and they're all colored, so they're all lighting up all the way around. Here you've got Darth Vader riding in a car. Then back here he was showing us where he turned his heater into a steampunk project. How cool. There's our buddy Scott Michaels over there. Look at those glowing bricks. I love it. Well, my friends, I hope you guys enjoyed this. We will see you next time from the EARTHOVISION Manor. Look it up on YouTube and everywhere. Instagram, hotels.com, all that stuff. EARTHOVISION Manor. Have a great night and goodbye.